Child sexual abuse, presented by Mark, Fatima, and Shian. What is child sexual abuse? Child sexual abuse is a form of child abuse that includes sexual activity with a minor. Here's a list of acts, but not limited to, that fall under child sexual abuse. Signs of child sexual abuse: trauma and pain in genitalia areas, infections, STDs, interest in sexual acts, sophisticated knowledge of sex, sexual play with friends and others, bedwetting, insomnia, fear of a certain place or location, aggressive behavior. This graph shows you that the majority of male victims are usually ages 4 to 10 years old, and the majority of female victims being 12 to 17 years old. Effects of child sexual abuse. Emotional effects are depression, anxiety, flashbacks, intimacy, suicidal thoughts, self doubt, and the employment effects are loss of job, frequently missed days of work, inability to forge relationships with bosses and managers. They are more likely to develop substance abuse problems. Potential financial loss is enormous. A look at the stats. 1 out of every 6 men and 1 out of every 4 women will experience sexual abuse before the age of 16. A study at the St. Paul's Children's Hospital in Minnesota found that boys are less likely to report the abuse within 72 hours. Girls were more likely to contact their friend first, whereas boys were more likely to contact their mother. The second most common person that boys said they would talk to was their perpetrator. The Waldorf Academy case. Ryan McComb, a teacher at Waldorf Academy, was charged with multiple sexual assaults just 2 years after the school received warning from a therapist. Even in the wake of the sexual assault complaint, although happened to be, in their words, historical and anonymous, administration felt no need to place formal restrictions on the teacher, even allowing the teacher to accompany on 2 overnight field trips. Ryan McComb is still employed at Waldorf Academy, but is now suspended indefinitely without pay. The stigma. Male victims often feel silenced by shame. Males, especially as children and youth, are less likely to disclose abuse. Both genders are at higher risk for psychiatric conditions. Guys aren't supposed to be sexually abused, so they may have trouble understanding that they are being abused. Most perpetrators of abuse are male, so male victims tend to struggle with sexuality. When the perpetrators are women sexually abusing guys, society is prone to shrug it off. There's this view that wasn't he lucky, and a profound lack of empathy. Organizations helping to end child sexual abuse: Canadian Red Cross, which works in Canada; Darkness to Light, which works internationally; Little Warriors, which works in Canada as well; and Lauren's Kids, which works in the United States. This has been our presentation on child sexual abuse. Thank you for watching.